Welcome back. One final point before we go tonight. There are so many lies being spread by Democrats about the separation of parents and kids in the detention facilities at the border. It's kind of hard to know where to start. So let's begin here. You Democrats play the audio recording of children crying for their parents in these detention facilities. Take a listen. You play that video of immigrant children crying, but you ignore this ultrasound video of babies screaming soundlessly as the needle of the abortionist pierces their heart and kills them. Watch.
Mouth is now open, and we will see that again on a freeze frame in a moment. But this suction tip, which you can see moving violently back and forth on the bottom of the screen, is the lethal instrument which will ultimately tear apart and destroy the child. It is only after the fluid has been broken, the sac has been disrupted, that the tip will actually come against the child. But we can see the tip moving back and forth as the abortionist seeks the child's body. Once again, we see the child's mouth wide open in a silent scream in this particular freeze frame. This is the silent scream of a child threatened imminently with extinction.
So which is it, Democrats? Do you care about kids or do you not care about kids? Do you care that unborn babies are crying and screaming for help? Or do you only care about crying kids when it helps you push your open borders agenda? The videos about abortion killing unborn babies you always discount. You tell us the abortion videos are selectively edited. Well, what about the audio from the detention facilities? Did you tell us when you played that at the White House press briefing yesterday that the 6-year-old girl in the background asking to call her aunt, her mother paid a smuggler to get them from El Salvador through Guatemala, through Mexico, to the U.S. border, and illegally across the U.S. border? Did you tell us they could have claimed asylum in any of those other countries? Did you tell us they didn't follow our asylum laws and claim asylum at a port of entry? Instead, they crossed the border illegally? Well, no, of course you didn't. You selectively edited that video to stir up people's emotions because it is heartbreaking. It's awful to see kids separated from their parents. It's horrible to hear kids crying for their mom and their dad. And then you blame President Trump for it. That might be the biggest lie of them all. Trump's fault for enforcing the law, securing our border, prosecuting people who violate our laws. Isn't that his job as president? If he picked and chose which laws he liked and which he didn't like, you would call him a tyrant. If anybody's at fault here, it's the Democrats, the Obama administration, for not enforcing the rule of law, which encouraged more people to cross our border illegally. When Obama released family units without detention or prosecution, what did you think would happen? Obviously, more illegal aliens brought children with them to cross the border. But here's what it comes down to. All you Democrats have to do to solve this problem is vote yes on the Republican immigration bill and change the law that requires parents to be separated from their kids. But you won't do that, will ya? You refuse to solve the problem because to you, the crying kids are just pawns to use to get your way. And that's disgusting. And that's my final point. You can reach me on Twitter at Liz_Wheeler. If you liked the show, please send me an email at oann.com/contact. In the meantime, catch us here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. And until then, have a good night.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.